Mr. Joseph.
Good morning, Chairman McCollum and Ranking Member Joyce and members of the subcommittee. You Hootkany squeezed Badgers. My name. I'm Andy Joseph Jr., the Vice Chair of the Calvo Confederated Tribes and the Chair of the Northwest Portland Indian Health Board. Thank you for this opportunity to highlight some of the recommendations I have made in my written testimony. As a tribal leader committed to advocating for health care of our people, I make these requests for our seventh generations and ancestors and our chiefs who signed treaties with the United States and sacrificed land, resources, and more than I can imagine. What I can imagine is that someday I will come before the Creator and the chiefs, and they will ask me if I ask for everything that we were promised. And I will tell them, yes, I asked for everything. So I ask the subcommittee to consider these promises binding legal obligations, and our chiefs, they upheld their end of the deal, and so must the United States and this Congress. With this in mind, I make these requests. We ask the subcommittee to commit to full funding for IHS. I serve as the Portland area representative and co-chair of the National Budget Formulation Work Group. I recommend that the subcommittee fully fund IHS phased over 12 years to get IHS up to $36.8 billion. We request that IHS be funded at $7 billion in FY 2020 with annual increases thereafter and get IHS up to full funding. The fundamental budget principle for the Northwest Tribes is that the basic health care program must be preserved by Congress, which can be done by ensuring that population growth and medical inflation for current services are always funded and that program increases occur annually. I have said this before and others before me. IHS is between 50 to 70% underfunded, and this must change. In FY 2019, IHS received an overall increase of $162 million, or 3.4% above FY 2018 enacted level for program and services, not including the increase for mandatory contract support costs of $104 million. We estimate medical inflation and population growth for FY 2019 at $268 million, and with only $162 million increase for program services, there was a $106 million shortfall. We are concerned with that in the FY 2018 programmatic funding. The Indian Self-Determination and Educational Assistance Act 105L leases were funded at $25 million in FY 2018 and estimated at $39 million in 2019. Well, we agree that tribes should be funded for these leases, and annual funds must be appropriated. Additional funds must be appropriated for this purpose and not taken out of increases for IHS and tribal facilities. With no IHS, our tribal hospitals in the Portland area, Northwest Tribes rely on PRC program to purchase all specialty inpatient care. PRC increases have been inundated or inadequate for Northwest Tribes, and particularly detrimental because of flat funding in FY 2016. More tribes would benefit from increased PRC than the appropriation to Indian Healthcare Improvement Funds for FY 2020. We recommend a PRC program increase of at least $50 million. Another area of great need is behavioral health. The Special Behavioral Health Pilot Program was funded at $10 million in FY 2019. Northwest Tribes support the pilot. However, Northwest Tribes recommend the option for tribal shares instead of grant awards for FY 2020. We recommend that the Special Behavior Pilot Program for Indians be funded at $150 million with an option for tribal shares and an additional $5 million made available to area boards, tribal epidemiology centers, and technical assistance to tribes. Northwest Tribes do not support funding for new health care facilities construction until the IHS priority system is changed. The Northwest Tribes would not see any of this funding for at least 20 years from now. Instead, for FY 2020, we recommend a program increase of $25 million for small ambulatory programs with funding for staffing packages, increases for joint venture construction programs. In the past few years, the Northwest Tribes have been forefront training placed dental health aid therapists, Oregon, Washington, with more students graduating this year, including from Idaho. I guess I'll answer any questions when they get done. You have my written testimony, and thank you for this opportunity.